Hey, I'm RT and welcome back to RT's World. So, today I have a very special video for you, and this time it's a coin pusher. And coin pushers, I guess most of you are familiar with. Usually they are in this kind of arcade rooms or whatever, where you can simply put in your coins. There are some pistons or some feed tapes that move the coins around and push them towards a hole, which is in this case there. And if they get into this hole, you will win them. And I made a very similar but also very special concept today in Minecraft. And first of all, thanks a lot to Shubu. I hope that's pronounced correctly. And here she said, "Hey yeah, RT, been really enjoying all your casino builds on your channel. Can you build a version of the coin pusher game? Essentially, players would input diamonds until the machine reaches a threshold and the winner wins whatever is in the pot. Usually these machines retain about 1/4 of the input to make a profit." I don't know if I did it correctly then. So with that said, first of all, thanks for the nice feedback. And also, maybe I did not satisfy your comment completely or your desire, since I made a little bit, I don't know, a more RT version of it. Yeah, let's call it like that. I made an RT version of the coin pusher. They don't exactly retain 1/4 of the profit, since you can customize the odds on the top. I will show you afterwards. But how the game works is we can simply put in there a gold block, not diamonds, so I chose gold blocks, and then those concrete powders, either the orange or the yellow one, get pushed into this hole, and they are completely translatable into gold ingots for the yellow ones and gold blocks for the orange ones. And I can play it one more time. Yeah, looks kind of like this. So, and then we get all the payout here. So what it does is it spawns randomly those concrete powders on top and then translates it directly into currency. And if we put in here a yellow one, as suggested by me earlier, we can get a gold ingot. And if we put into this row an orange concrete powder, that will translate to a block of gold. And of course, the odds are completely customizable. Now you can see I started with 32 gold blocks, and now I'm all the way up to 36. Let's do it one more time. Yeah, maybe we have to turn the odds a little bit down, but that's rather easy, and I can show you in the tutorial afterwards. So since we got 4 gold this time, we made a slight loss as a customer, but in total we're pretty much up. So how does it work? In the first part of this video series, I will show you how this build works and how it's all coming together. It's actually rather simple. The only complicated stuff to build is this kind of enclosure. And in the second part of the video, I will build it with you block by block, so you can basically follow me block by block how to build this machine, all the redstone behind it. So, to the explanatory part. First of all, this machine is completely suited for multiplayer use. There's a spam filter inside, we have multiple protection steps to protect you as a casino owner, and there's no way to trick the casino as a customer. So if you play this on a multiplayer server world and want to build this machine to, I don't know, get rich or whatever, maybe there's different kinds, but you can make a healthy profit if you choose the odds correctly. So, first of all, we have here this item filter as a start, and this item filter filters out gold blocks, and here we have two secretly named filler items that should not be known by any customer. If we put in there the 19th gold block, it will get transferred into the profit chest, and it will also activate this repeater here, activating this comparator pulse extender and this long line of repeaters. But I will come to that afterwards maybe, or now cover it now. After a long time, the bottom pusher pushes second and the top pusher pushes first. So what that means is, if we put in here a gold block, we have here the top pusher pushes and then the bottom pusher pushes. So that's our 2-stage coin pushing machine. And they're also alternating repeaters, one set to 2 ticks, one set to 1 tick, one set to 4 ticks, so it looks a little bit nicer, but of course you can customize that as well. But the crucial part is we send also the signal immediately upwards until all those repeaters get powered. The signal is on the top, already powered this piston here, already powered this line here, and that's our brain of the casino. That's 25% droppers all across the whole row. So we have here a non-stackable item, the stone sword, and 3 stackable items. In this case it's orange concrete powder, yellow concrete powder, and a block of iron. But you can customize those odds. So if we, for example, put in there a few other items, or even a 6th one, we can lower the chances of pushing coins or getting coins. And what it does is it decreases the overall chances or odds to get rewards back as a customer. The more stackable items you put in here, the lower the chances get for the customer. So you as a casino owner want to keep those as low as possible, but also that some customers make a nice profit. So yeah, for example, just put in 6 or 5 stackable items and 1 non-stackable one, then that's fine. So these comparators then read they transfer those hoppers, of course, as soon as the blue line powers. Those hoppers transfer 1 random item from the right to the left. That gets detected by these comparators, and if it's a stone sword, it has signal strength 2, and if it's a stackable item, it is signal strength 1, and nothing will happen. If signal strength 2 occurs, these pistons will push, and when they push one of those concrete powders down into the chamber. And yeah, so we can get for each slot a 25% chance of winning, and we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 total slots. So 25% of those 14 slots will always fire, and I choose to do a 30% orange concrete powder, 70% yellow powder here on top. If you do this in single player Minecraft without creative or welded it, you simply have to like count yourself in, I don't know, 7 stacks of yellow concrete powder, 3 stacks of orange concrete powder, and put them randomly into this pattern. Then that's also fine. For me it's much easier with welded it. I simply type in the random numbers and it generates me this wall. And so now as a protection for the customers, what happens if one of those slots get empty? Since if we put in here a gold block, we can see now that some of those, we now already saw that some of those towers getting smaller and smaller over time. So we have here this kind of end gate going. So we have this torch powering those repeaters through the concrete blocks, powering all those torches. So if one of them would be empty, and I can simulate that with the sea lantern, if one of them is empty, like that, it will power this torch. This slot is empty. Now we power this, what is it, violet, purple, this purple line. And it says here, this lamp, only play if this lamp is turned on, now it's off. So you should not play as a customer then, since one of the slots is empty. But as soon as we remove the sea lantern and fill it back up, everything is nice and on again. So yeah, I guess that's everything explained from the theoretical side. Of course, here we have some torches that simply destroy the powder as soon as it hits those torches. That's pretty nice. And then the hopper line on the bottom transfers all the items across here, across 2 item filters, where at one side we filter out yellow concrete powder, on the other side we filter out the orange one. We separate them here into those 2 chests. Intermediately they are stored in this dropper, and this is a self-emptying dropper, and each time, for example, let's get all the items here, we have now 0 gold blocks. If I, for example, put into this hopper line like 16 of those orange concrete powders, this self-emptying dropper will fire exactly 16 times, powering the note blocks and powering also the dropper here on top where all the items are stored, and that should get us exactly to 16 blocks of gold. So that's how the payout system works. And yeah, of course, if you want to retain we want the machine to retain 1/4 the profit, you simply have to adjust those odds here. And I guess I would suggest anywhere between 5 and 6 stackable items and 1 non-stackable to achieve those odds. So with that explained, we will see you in a second in the building part. So welcome to the building part. For the building part we will need this 16 wide bar of quartz block, 14 pistons in the middle and another quartz block. Then we're gonna go 1 down and build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th one is the piston. And we want to build here a 14 by 5 platform of these chiseled quartz blocks. And then we're gonna go all the way here with 14 sticky, those pistons. Then we go down, come on, go down 1 again and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we wanna build a 14 by 6 platform of chiseled quartz like that. So, with that done, we can now put chiseled quartz one beneath here. Then we're gonna build a kind of encapsulation of this 1x14 gap like that. Then we're gonna go with glass here. And we can already put in here some quartz blocks and some quartz stairs. Quartz block, and again quartz stairs, and they should perfectly align up with these blocks here on top. Like that. And like this. Nice. So that's our flooring done. Next up, we want to start with the platform in front. And for this platform, we simply go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go build this 5 platform all the way across, like this. So the next step is to go 1 out on the right edge and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in height. And we want to basically fill this wall here with quartz blocks. So that's the quartz blocks done, and I now will extend this until we reach here this sign and simply put everything to quartz blocks like that. So that's the first wall done, and now for the second wall we can already go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we also gonna need here the bottom block and simply set that to quartz 2. So simply build the quartz walls like that. And here on the back we can go already with coin. That's the C, that's the O, that's the I, and that's the N. So like this, and then we can also put here some quartz. Perfect. So the last step I want to do is build here, in terms of the room, build here a bar or a beam directly on top of this glass. So that's where usually the glass wall gets in. But I won't fill in the glass wall up to now, since we need the opening for the other coins that we place directly on the floor. But what we can already do is place in our ceiling. So we just need those 2 blocks in my case, and set them to sea lanterns all the way. And we can already do the same ceiling for here, but in this case we simply go with quartz blocks. Perfect, so our room is completely done. So for the redstone section, we have here the middle of the room. We can punch out those 3 blocks. We can put in our chest like so. Replace those 2 with quartz stairs so we can open it, and then place 2 hoppers facing to the right. Then we can go down to the front, cover that with some birch door, put here our trapdoor, put here an item frame, put here gold, and we can also of course add some signs like we did here, but you can add those signs by yourself if you want them. And we have here the indication lamp if the machine is ready to play or not. So next up I will switch to my blue wool, go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and like so. Redstone repeater, redstone comparator, and redstone torch like this. And then we can already fill in here our secretly named filler items, and 18 gold blocks. The 19th one will get transferred to the hopper below, and the 20th one we put in will get already transferred to our profit chest. So that's when you know the setup is working. And then we can already put in our sticky piston and place a gold block in front so the customer knows what to put in there. Next up we can put in this L shape, repeater set to 2 ticks, redstone torch. Then here redstone, 2 pieces of redstone, here redstone comparator, they face in different directions. And here we already have our torch tower. And if we put in here a block of gold, you can already see now this pass extender is already on, which is great. Then I can already add in our closing circuit for this gold block here. So if I put in the gold block now, you can see it closes. and after a certain amount of time it will open again. So then we can put in here some red wool beneath those pistons, then go 1, 2, all the way to the other side, and then we simply put in there 14 repeaters, 14 pieces of redstone, and then 2 repeaters set to maximum delay. We're gonna repeat this process here on the back. We put in 14 repeaters, 14 pieces of redstone. But this time we have on the green circuit only 1 repeater set to 1 tick. So then we're gonna have this very long block, this very long line of green wool. And on this line we're gonna place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 repeaters set to maximum delay, then a piston, repeater set to 2 ticks, and redstone all the way across. So what that does is now we can put in here, we can put in our gold block, and the first should extend this piston row and then this piston row. Perfect. That's what we want. If you want to customize the sequence, you can already I don't know, play around with those delays, but it doesn't really matter, so I will keep it on standard 1 tick across all the repeaters. Next we are here on the top, where at the end we can push away this line of sea lanterns here in my case, and go 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. That's where all the powder will go down, and also 1 here on top. Of course they have to go there, so 1 block. From the hole we can place the pistons, then we're gonna place here another sea lantern, and here cover everything up like so. So then we have to put in our concrete powder, and if you are on survival mode and you want this 70 to 30% ratio, grab 7 stacks of the yellow concrete powder, grab 3 stacks of the orange concrete powder, and simply make them completely random, like really random. Try to, like, don't know, put them in that's repeaters, put them in very randomized. Try to be as random as possible, but since I'm having World Edit installed here, I will do that in 1 second. And with that command here on the bottom, I can place in these very random patterns of orange and concrete powder. And I will do the same here in the machine, so make sure to leave here a gap, so that's where all our concrete powder will go, all the way across here. So that's where I also put in those patterns. And here at the bottom, leave 1 gap, put it like this, and also do that. But since we have a coin pusher game here, and on the first glance they are never completely full, also make sure to occasionally like punch out a few of those concrete powders. Just, I don't know, before you start the machine in your morning, before your customers arrive, make sure to remove a few of those blocks. It makes it a little bit more random, and they have also to pay a little bit more upfront if they want to play. The next part features blue wool, and we're gonna build this 14 by 2 wide section of blue wool, and we have to cover all of this in redstone. Like this. Then we have to put in 14 comparators here. Then we have to put in our reset line, which is magenta wool in my case. And for the reset line we have to place in redstone there. And then we also need the green line. So the lime line is now here. 2 gap in between. Another 14 pieces of redstone. Then we're gonna grab some droppers that are empty. Put them against the magenta wool, and then we're gonna customize 1 dropper, which will be this one here, and we're gonna put in there some swords, like a stone sword, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different stackable items. So we copy that over, so now it has an MBT tag, and if I place it it is all the same dropper now, so all the same droppers configured here. If you do it in survival, you have to configure, of course, every dropper one by one, but since I'm in creative, I can do it a little bit faster. The next step, I want to extend those lines by 2, then combine them, and we can simply run a repeater set to 3 ticks in here, 1 tick in there, here has to be redstone, then 1 tick in here, 3 ticks there, and like this. Then I want to grab myself a sticky piston, which the pulse length is set to 2 tick, block on top, and then we can combine those 2 lines like this. So what it does now, it now generates completely random blocks on top which get pushed over. Let's test it, put in there a gold block. Now only those 2 got pushed and nothing got pushed into the hole. Perfect. It works now. So if that's the case, we can then also put ourselves in this purple wool line here, and we're simply gonna place in a 2x14 array of this wool here on the back with some repeaters, redstone dust, and also a redstone torch like this. So then here another set of repeaters. Oh, unfortunately I came to the conclusion that we are 1 block too far across here. So we have to unfortunately remove 1 block here on each side. Also these 2 blocks here. And also 1 block on that side. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience, but it's 16 in my case and not 14. So let's remove this. So with that done, we can also adjust here our sea lanterns, simply remove them. Also do that on that side. I'm really sorry for that. I don't know how that happened. I counted wrong like multiple times. And you could also move that over now by 1 block, but it's totally fine like that. So just make sure that you have only 14 of those pistons and not 16 like it was the case for me. So then we have to run this purple line into a line of blocks, these repeaters. Then we build here a massive AND gate like this. And after that we want to put in here a repeater, and we want to go down now to this lamp which is here. We can put here some redstone on top, and the only thing we have to concern about is connecting those over like so, and make sure that there's a repeater somewhere in between, since we will go over 15 blocks otherwise. So then we also have to put in here a safety line that prevents the lamp from flickering, and we do that by simply grabbing a repeater, set it here to 4 ticks, and we just want to make sure that with that torch we can grab the redstone output. And what it basically does is, if I put in here a gold block, let me show you, it will power this repeater, blocking this repeater from sending a redstone signal. And yeah, that's why it flickers just a very short amount of time. As you can see here, it flickers every time, and that prevents the lamp down from flickering too. So yeah, with that done, we already finished much of the build. And last but not least, we want to add in the hopper system with the payouts. For the winning droppers, we have 2 blocks from the trapdoor. We will punch 2 holes. For the right one, we will go with simple gold with the nuggets, or the ingots, sorry, like so. And for the left one, we will go with gold blocks like this. And to remember it a little bit better, we can put a gold block there and just a yellow block there. So with that done, we can already place in our hoppers. We want to start with a double chest. Just count from this block 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here we're gonna have our double chest. That's where all the trash goes in. If for some reason there will end up something else than concrete powder, And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hoppers. Then we already go around the corner and cover the whole gap. Then we're gonna grab some torches. Come on, where's the O? Then we're gonna grab some torches and put them right here. Make sure to cover every single slot. And then we can already grab ourselves some composters and cover all the hoppers here with composters to reduce server lag. Great. So next up we can start with the item filters here. And for that we will simply place here 2 blocks. That's exactly where those 2 blocks are. And we're gonna grab ourselves some repeaters and also some comparators. So here we're gonna place 2 comparators. We're gonna place 2 hoppers. We also want to grab ourselves a dropper. The dropper will be facing upwards, like so, and like so. And we also move them 1 block into this direction. So that's perfect. And then we're gonna put a hopper here, there, and here. Same goes for the other side. Into the dropper, here a hopper, and here a hopper. And then we can already cover those with hoppers, with composters too. And here we're gonna set 2 more double chests where we can then simply put in some item frames. And for the red side it is the yellow concrete powder, and for the left side it is the orange concrete powder. So now back to the item filters. Another block here, then we have to remove a few blocks below and on the side. 2 blocks there. We have simply redstone there, repeaters facing into that direction, 2 more blocks, and then we're gonna have 2 redstone torches there. So for the left side, seeing it from the back, we have the yellow concrete powder and also some filler items. And if we now put in the 19th one and the 20th one, we should already have 1 here in this dropper. Same we do for the other item filter. We have here all the way to 18, 19, 20, and we should also have, yeah, 1 item in there. So next up we want to put in here a comparator, a repeater, some blocks. I chose just the blue ones, another repeater there, and then go all the way around like so, and it will now create a clock, and now the items should get moved into the chests. Nice. Now we have to only link those with some pink wool and also some node blocks. Now we have to move the signal towards those blocks. So we have here 1 repeater, there 1 repeater, and we simply have to put the redstone now all the way up there. Should not be too hard. Like this. You can already put a node block there, which whatever sound you want. And also for this side, make sure to connect everything up like this, and we can also give that line a specific sound. I don't know, maybe something else. Here we could add an iron block beneath so they sound a little bit different. And for the last step we have to set those repeaters here to 2 ticks. That's very important, otherwise we'll get multiple items. So test, let's put in an orange one here and an orange one here at the end. Let's see if everything is wired up correctly. We should get 2 gold blocks a little bit timely spaced apart. Perfect. And now we should get 2 gold nuggets. Perfect. And perfect, I heard it in the background. So now we can also fill in this here and set it to glass. And yeah, that's basically it. Everything is done. We can now finally test the system for the first time. So we put in our gold block. Everything here on top should work, as we can see here. Let's do it one. And we already won a gold ingot, so let's do it again. Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly how I wanted it to be. So it just fills the gaps. Make sure to do that always. Occasionally just put there some gaps inside. And let's see if we can win again. Yeah, now we won also a gold ingot, so let's give it to me. Come on, let's do it. Nice. Perfect, so everything is working. And with that said, thanks for watching, and of course, as always, if you made any mistakes, make sure to simply rewatch that part, make sure to rewatch where you are supposing you made the mistake, and if it doesn't help to rewatch some parts of the block by block tutorial, there is also a Word download link in the video description, so make sure to try that out if you run into some issues. This build should be completely viable for Java and Bedrock Edition as well, since there are no specific mechanics used that are not working in Bedrock. And yeah, with that said, thanks for suggesting those great ideas. I will try to keep up best of my abilities with your crazy casino ideas and nice concepts. And yeah, I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.